Today I'm gonna be making 100 celebrities in Lego. It's gonna be insane. I made another 100 celebrities, which counts as making 200 Lego. Now I'm going to make 300 celebrities in Lego. I am going to be making 400 celebrities in Lego. With that said, let's get into it. Celebrities! I am going to be making 100 celebrities in Lego. Let's do it. So to kickstart our list, at number 1 we have Bill Gates, who co-founded Microsoft. At number 2 we have Steve Jobs, who co-founded Apple. At number 3 we have Mark Carney, who's the current Prime Minister of Canada. At number 4 we have Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook. At number 5 we have Jeff Bezos, who created Amazon. At number 6 we have King Charles III, Prince William, and Princess Kate. Then at number 9 we have Gracie Kramer, who's a famous gymnast. And at number 10 we have Angela Lansbury, who was a very famous actress. For some more actors, we have Millie Alcock, who is set to play Supergirl in the DCU. Tom Rhys-Harries, who is set to play Clayface in the DCU. Rachel Brosnahan, who plays Lois Lane in the DCU. Nathan Fillion, who plays Guy Gardner in the DCU. Isabella Merced, who plays Hawkgirl in the DCU. Anthony Carrigan, who plays Metamorpho in the DCU. Eddie Gathegi, who plays Mr. Terrific in the DCU. Our first fan-requested celebrity, John Cena, who plays Peacemaker in the DCU. John Bernthal, who plays Punisher in the MCU. Then we have Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Schneider, and Robert Shaw to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Patrick Wilson from The Conjuring. Orlando Bloom from Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean. Viggo Mortensen, also from Lord of the Rings. Gwyneth Paltrow from the MCU. Kathy Bates from Misery, Titanic, and many more. Richard Nixon, who was the 37th President of the United States. For 4 more fan requests, we have Dua Lipa, SZA, Katy Perry, and Jey Uso. Then we have Leonardo DiCaprio, and I don't even know why or how it took me this long to add him as a minifigure. Then we have Michael Rooker, who's been in just about every James Gunn project. No, literally, like, almost all of them. Then Maria Gabriela De Faria, who was the engineer in Superman. And at number 36, we have Eddie Murphy. Then another fan request, Ted Kennedy. Jaleel White, who played Steve Urkel in Family Matters. Gene Wilder, who played Willy Wonka in the 1971 film. And at number 40, we have Groucho Marx, considered one of America's greatest comedians of all time. Then at number 41, we have John Krasinski. Channing Tatum, who recently played Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine. Another fan request, this one being Peter Cushing, who played Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. Mel Brooks, who's at that age I'm sure everyone wishes they could live to. Another fan request, this one being the singer Miley Cyrus. Evangeline Lilly, who played the Wasp in the MCU. Then we have John Goodman, who voiced Sully in Monsters Inc., and Billy Crystal, who voiced Mike in Monsters Inc. Chris Diamantopoulos, who voices Mickey Mouse in those funny animated Mickey Mouse shorts. And at number 50, we have Patton Oswalt, who voiced Remy in Ratatouille. Haley Atwell, who played Peggy Carter in the MCU. Glenn Close, who's been acting for over 5 decades, which I find impressive. Rowan Atkinson, who played Mr. Bean. Walter Cronkite, who is a very famous American broadcaster. Freddie Stroma, who plays Vigilante in Peacemaker. Jennifer Holland, who plays Amelia Harcourt on Peacemaker. Austin Butler, who played Elvis in the 2022 movie. George Stephanopoulos, who is the former White House Communications Director. Will Reeve, who is Christopher Reeve's son and a news correspondent. And at number 60, we have Sean Gunn, who played Kraglin in the MCU and Maxwell Lord in the DCU. For YouTubers, we have Ryan Trahan, one of my favorite YouTubers, Jedward, who is a Star Wars YouTuber, Brad's Brickpost, who is a LEGO YouTuber, the B3, who is another LEGO YouTuber, I Do Know Nothing, who hasn't done a face reveal yet, Ryan Seville, who I think is a very underrated LEGO YouTuber, 3C Films, one of my favorite film YouTubers, Ivan Mars, who is a movie detective, very good by the way. Mark Rober, who I would say is a very inventive YouTuber. Speaking of inventive, at number 70 we have Brick Science. For some more fan requests, we have Johann Sebastian Bach, Phil Collins, Willow Smith, John Dykstra, Steve Perry, Jaden Smith, Alan Turing with his Enigma, and Ozzy Osbourne. Rainn Wilson from The Office. And at number 80 we have Ian McKellen from Lord of the Rings and X-Men. Patrick Stewart, who is in Star Trek and X-Men, Ellie Black, who is a Canadian Olympic gymnast, Robert Redford, who is a very famous actor, and our final fan-requested celebrity, Tom Perry. Then we have Pete Davidson, based off his minifigure from his small appearance in the Suicide Squad, Henry Winkler, who played the Fonz in Happy Days, James Stewart, who starred in great films like It's a Wonderful Life and Rear Window. Then we have Weird Al Yankovic, known for spoofing other songs. Then we have the very popular chef, Gordon Ramsay. And at number 90, we have the very talented actor, Idris Elba. Alan Tudyk, who's a voice actor in what seems like just about everything. Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the MCU. Patrick Warburton, who's a voice actor on Family Guy. Christopher Walken, who is in Batman Returns. Haley Steinfeld, who plays the Kate Bishop Hawkeye in the MCU, but I don't have that minifigure, so I just drop in Gwen Stacy's outfit because she voices Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies. Ryan Gosling, who I dressed up as an X-Wing fighter for his Star Wars Starfighter film. Jenna Ortega from the show Wednesday. For Jim Cummings, I didn't have the right minifigure parts, so I just put Winnie the Pooh and Tigger because he voices both characters, plus a bunch of others. At number 99, we have Frank Welker, who's voiced characters like Scooby-Doo, Fred Jones, and plenty of other characters in a list that is way too big for me to list. And at number 100, we have D. Bradley Baker, who has been a voice actor in what feels like everything, and I wouldn't even know where to start with his character list. And if you thought that was it, you're wrong. We have 3 more special minifigures to add. First, we have Both.Studio555, who was my 500th subscriber. Phantasmo Man, who has been a subscriber since I was at like 20 subscribers, I think. And Kaboski Yo, who was the person to suggest I do this video in the first place. And all I can truly say is God has blessed me, and thank you all so much for your support throughout this channel. And if you want me to make a part 6, I will definitely consider it. Thank you all, and make sure to like and subscribe.